Very good morning to everyone. And friends, I want to start today with a very simple question. Think of any situation in your life, be it office, at home, in your kitty group, in your colony's WhatsApp group, where something was clearly going wrong, a problem that everyone could see. Everyone was talking about it, everyone was complaining about it, but nobody did anything about it. And now, here's the second question. Were you one of the people waiting for someone else to fix it? Or were you the one who quietly stepped up and said, Chalo, मैं देखता हूँ. Yeah, मैं देखती हूँ. The difference between those two responses is what we are talking about today. So today's session is about a mindset, a shift so powerful that it can change how you are perceived at work, how you are valued at home, and most importantly, how you see yourself. So, we are talking about learning to think like a leader, not like an employee. So, let's begin with this opening thought. Leaders ask, how can I help? Not, what do I get? Let me say that again. Leaders ask, how can I help? Not, what do I get? So, just read that in your mind also. That one shift from getting to giving, from waiting to acting, from watching to leading is what separates the people who grow from the people who stagnate. And the beautiful thing, you don't need a designation for it. You don't need a corner office. You don't need anyone's permission. You just need to decide. That's it. So I want you to imagine two people sitting in a car. Now, person A is the passenger. Comfortable seat, window seat, in fact. Sit back, looking out of the window and wait. Wait for someone to tell them when to turn. Wait to be informed about the route. Wait to be told when they have arrived. They are perfectly pleasant, notable at all, but they are passengers. Person B is the driver. Same journey, but this person is scanning the road, anticipating the turns, choosing the better route when there is traffic, and taking responsibility for getting everyone to the destination safely. Now, here's the truth that most of us don't realize that in the car of our own life, many of us are sitting in the passenger seat. We are waiting for someone else, our boss, our spouse, our children, society, to tell us which way to go. Leadership begins the moment you climb into the driver's seat, not someone else's car, your own. So, let me tell you about Meenakshi. Now, she works in a mid-sized company in Pune. She's not a manager. Her designation says senior executive. But anyone who has worked with her will tell you, Meenakshi thinks like the CEO. When there's a client problem, she doesn't just report it upward. She walks in with the solution already drafted. When a junior colleague is struggling, she doesn't wait for HR to intervene. She takes 10 minutes out of her lunch break and says, आओ बात करते हैं. And when the team is stressed before a deadline, she's not the one forwarding memes. She's the one bringing chai and a checklist. So, does Minakshi have a leadership title? No. Does she have a leadership mindset? Completely. And 3 months ago, she got the promotion that three other people with fancier degrees were also waiting for. Nobody was surprised. Then, now some of you might say, Kapilji, I don't work in an office. I run a home. How does this apply to me? So let me tell you about Kamlaji. She has been managing her household for 30 years. Three children, two of whom are now settled abroad, an elderly mother-in-law, a husband who travels for work. But here's what Kamlaji does that most leaders in boardrooms cannot. She plans 3 steps ahead. She notices when a younger son is unusually quiet and addresses it before it becomes a crisis. She tracks the family finances without a single app. She mediates disagreements between family members with the patience of a Supreme Court judge and the firmness of one too. She doesn't call it leadership. She calls it chimmedari. But I call it exactly that, leadership. The only difference between Kamlaji and a Fortune 500 CEO is that nobody gave her a corner office. And frankly, she runs things better without one. And then meet Harish Bhai, 52 years old, works in a government department, has watched 7 bosses come and go in 24 years. Every new boss, Harish Bhai says the same thing. देखते हैं क्या होता है, हमारा क्या, हम तो अपना काम करते हैं. And now Harish Bhai is not wrong. He does his work. He's honest. He's punctual. He's by every measure a good employee. But here's the thing nobody told Harish Bhai that after 24 years of Dekhte Hain, he has watched every interesting project, every recognition, every meaningful opportunity go to someone who raised their hand. Someone who said, Sir, ye kaam main karunga. And Harish Bhai waited for someone to notice him. So leaders make themselves impossible to miss. It's never too late, Harish Bhai. The driver's seat is still empty. So, what does it actually mean to think like a leader? 4 things. Simple, but definitely not easy. One, if you want, you can definitely note it down. Take initiative. Yes. Don't wait to be asked. See the need, meet the need. So, taking initiative is the first one. Second, think long term. An employee asks, what do I need to do today? But a leader asks, where are we going and how do I help us to get there? And number 3, solve challenges, not just report them, not just complain about them. Bring the solution with the problem. And number 4, support others. Real leadership is not about being the smartest in the room. It's about making the room smarter. So these are the 4 things. I repeat, take initiative, think long term, solve challenges, support others. I know the most important thing I want you to remember today. Leadership is behavior, not position. It is something you do, not something you are given. Your title can be taken away. Your behavior cannot. So, as part of our reflection exercise for today, I want to give you one question to carry home. Just one, but it's powerful. If I were the leader here, at work, at home, or any situation, what would I do differently? Let me say that question again. If I were the leader here, at work, at home, or any situation, what would I do differently? Take a moment. Think of one specific situation in your life right now. It could be your office, could be your family, could be your neighborhood society where the same 3 people do all the work and rest forward messages. Ask yourself that question honestly. And then, and this is the important part, act on one answer. This week, not next month, not jab time milega, this week. Because leaders don't wait for the perfect moment, they make the moment. So, friends, I want to leave you with something that I genuinely believe. Most of us were taught to be good employees. हम बच्चों को भी कहते हैं पढ़ो, अच्छे से पढ़ो, बड़े होके अच्छी नौकरी मिलेगी. To follow instructions, to not rock the boat, to wait our turn. And there's nothing wrong with that. Somewhere along the way, many of us forget something. We forgot that we are also capable of setting the direction, of holding the torch, of being the person others look toward when they don't know what to do next. तो बच्चों को ये नहीं कहते एंटरप्रेन्योर्स बनोगे, बी अ लीडर, टेक द इनिशिएटिव. So you don't need a promotion for that. You don't need anyone's approval. You just need to decide today that you will stop waiting to be led and start choosing to lead. And let me tell you, graphology does wonders on this concept. A lamp does not ask permission before it lights the room. It simply burns. Burn brightly. The people around you are waiting for your light, even if they don't know it yet. So, this week, find one moment where you would normally wait and don't. Step forward. Take the initiative. Make the decision. Hold the responsibility. Do it once and see how it feels. And then do it again. The driver's seat has always been yours. It's time to sit in it. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.